Fabulous.
In case we didn't know. There we go.
Just in case. Yeah. So my friend Charlotte actually put me in touch with you, because we've been working together for ages, doing a lot of divine healing with each other, and we both can see things and clear them. And a long story short, I can see, hear, feel everything all the time. After blocking out my powers, for a long, the fact that I can see these things for a long time, I was like, I've been pulled at it for the last couple of years, and so now I'm doing a lot of kind of back in touch with the spiritual side of things again.
Great.
But I wanted to do some like sort of shadow work as well, just to help me to kind of integrate better with like some of the darker aspects and things, because I keep myself happy and high vibration, but my God, have I been through trauma and seen things, and I know a lot about my past lives, and I just know these things. And I like when I was in the car not long ago, I described a place I'd never been before because I can remember it from another time, and she was like, you need to work with Anna, she's great. So here I am.
Okay, so your soul is very alive, isn't it? So what you've got is an amazing journey in the third trimester of your soul awareness. So you've come through this time with the awareness of the soul intelligence within you. So therefore you can feel the souls of the world, of the universe. And this is magical. It means that you've done some work before. You've already been through so much to get to this stage. So it's fabulous that you're awake enough to recognize it and want to journey. But yeah, the shadow stuff really does need to be cleared to reach up a potential. So you can feel all that potential in you, and you know you have it all. It's just reaching it in and creating it into your own personal system, isn't it? Lois, you need to work out how you work and what who you work with. What about your guidance? Are you clear on your guides and things?
Yeah, they're brilliant. You might even hear them, to be honest. So I haven't actually called them in yet, which I should have done, but because I was getting
They'll be
excited
there
about
anyway.
Yeah, they usually give me yeses and truth and things in this ear, and you'll be able to hear it probably on the recording.
Okay, this is really good. Okay, so is there any particular area of your life that you're finding within your ego, because your ego life will determine what's going on, in the external and extended self. So is there anything particular that you're struggling with at the moment?
I've just turned a corner. Like the last couple of years, I've been so trapped, and I felt trapped. Like I was in a corporate job earning like honestly like £90,000 a year, and I hated it, and I was so angry and sad and miserable and blaming the world and blah blah blah, woe is me. And then last year, like I had a year of I lost everything, everything, my job, everything, and it was so important, but it was hard. And now I'm like much happier. But I've moved completely from London. Like I was done with it. I've moved to Bristol, which is great. Everything seems to be going in the right direction, but there's still some like blockages a little bit around having enough, in terms of the finance side of things. But even that has changed again. I'm going to be all right, and things are. They've told me not long ago, they were like soon, and so I'm fine financially, which is great.
Yes.
But lots of things there's some blockages around being a parent to having a baby. I'm gay, so I don't necessarily want to do IVF at all, but I will adopt. So there's some things around there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. They're the kind of things that have been playing out in this light, like in this world.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a lot of flashbacks to previous lives. So I've had like a lot of feelings where I've like killed, I've seen images of other lives where I've killed people and abused my power and things, and I've felt like how I did in that scenario at that time when I've been in the meditations and stuff. There's a lot around being burned at the stake. There's been a lot of witchcraft ones, more than one life in that, and that's why I've probably done the work before to get here. That's where that's come from, and most people can see that anyway. They just pointed at me, and they can see that straight away. Not really strange.
Okay.
I
yeah,
get triggered a lot by things in politics because I think I can just see straight to the truth of people and things. So, but I'm keeping away from that, from the news. I don't know, there's a lot going on, isn't there, always?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yes. Okay, this is great. Well, I'm just going to go in then, and we'll just start working. Yeah, just relax. You can lie down if you want to, but if you just want to stay there, if you're comfortable, then and then we'll see what comes up. That's the best we can do with this.
Lovely.
Fantastic. Okay, so you're going to need to let me in. Okay, so the first thing I'm feeling is your heart and grief.
Yeah.
Masses of grief in your heart. You're carrying, and this is soul grief. This isn't just this lifetime's grief. It's a really deep awareness of carrying this grief from lifetime to lifetime. And the grief is all about loss of some description. So often we carry grief for those that we've killed as well as the times when we've lost ourselves. So there's masses of different angles to come through in this grief. But it's important that we have the awareness that it holds everything within this energy that it's expressing today. It's very alive. It's very oscillating. It's very vibrational. And I can really feel the response to this in your solar plexus.
Yeah.
So whatever this grief is, it's creating a sense of self from it. It also creates an imbalance in your masculine and your feminine energy. It feels like the masculine energy is surging forward and the feminine is very wounded. And it feels like specifically there's a wound here that I need to look at. Whatever the story is, it's very disturbing for you, and you're struggling to show me the story. All I'm feeling at the moment is the trauma and the hysteria that comes with it. It feels very loud in you. This panic, this trauma, this hysteria from whatever happened in this life. I'm just going to calm it all down a bit. Okay, so you don't want to go into the stories. Interestingly, you just want me to take it. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
You don't feel the stories are important, which is good actually. You're coming from a higher level. So all you're saying is, please just take this. So that's what we're going to do. So we go in with the light, with the healing light. So my guidance, my guardians, the removal guardians will come in, and they just start to bring the light around this wound. And it stretches all the way from that shoulder through your neck, all the way up into your right ear.
Yeah. That's the ear that's usually blocked. And I've had all the trauma. It comes here in this lifetime too. And I've had head injections and lost all my hair. And I had shingles here when I was 10. They said it was shingles, but it wasn't. All the nerve endings died.
So this is what's coming up, isn't it? This past life wound is a weakness that's bringing in lots of issues into this life, then, isn't it? That's interesting.
All of this is where my problems are.
Okay, great. I'm glad we found it. So part of this journey today is self-forgiveness. And so I want you to start to say, inside, you don't have to say it out loud, the Ho'oponopono, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And you're just directing it into this part of you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. I'm just going in now, and I'm just pulling out right from the center. There's a woman in there from your past life, and I need to pull her right out. And we need to let her go, because She's causing a lot of interference in your system. There she goes. Now on to the next bit. There's lots in here. And now we've got something else rising. This feels very square. It's coming out of the back of your neck and your shoulder. It's like a pattern, a device. Just pulling that off your shoulder. It's got so much in it. It looks like a bit of Formica kitchen. Are you willing to let this go? I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. Okay, so whatever this is caught on the back of your neck. So let's have a look and see why I can't release that. Where's my pendulum? Got some interference here, I think. That's unusual. Let me find it. Let me find another one. Is this ET? Is there an attachment here? Is it an entity? Yeah. Okay. So the predominant energy that I can feel in this, and once we took out the woman, and the woman wasn't pleasing you because you don't really like the hysteria. You run away. You don't like that whole feminine kind of archetype that gets all into a panic and all that hysterical sort of female stuff. And it's because you carried this very hysterical woman inside you. It was overload. You couldn't handle any more hysteria because you were kind of having to contain that hysteria within you. And that would have been creating adrenaline through your body and the fight or flight responses and stuff. But what is actually the predominant energy is this sorceress. Is a very power. I thought it was a goddess to start with, but I thought it feels a bit dark to be a goddess, to be honest. And I could feel this part of you that is your feminine power, but it comes through in this very magical kind of sorceress energy where some point way back you really had a grip on Earth's energies and you knew how to manipulate, you knew how to work with those energies really, really well. And she's there, but she must have sold herself at some point. So because there's an entity attached that thinks that it owns you because it owns her. And so there must have been somewhere where you did something quite atrocious to get the power that you needed to create whatever you desired. And it is a desire thing. It is about pleasure and desire.
Yeah. Yeah, all of this I know all of this.
So I have, I am very privileged to work with something called the Universal Enforcer. So I have the kind of police at my door and lawyers, if want of a better word. And so I'm going to bring them in because we want to see contracts, and then we can see what we can do with this thing. So the more, just aside, the more this is coming stronger, it's all in your mouth as well. It's in your mouth, in your tongue, in your teeth.
Yeah.
It's I've
in
got
my throat.
coming. Yeah, this whole area has been literally kind of kidnapped.
Yes.
Your creative expression.
Everything.
I mean, it's all going to be in there. It's just being kidnapped a little bit, or yeah.
She's been with me my whole life, and and there's a part of me that was worried in the darker bits of me that I'd lose my abilities and power if she went.
Yes.
But I won't, because that's me. And there's a reason my higher self covers her mouth from me. And
okay.
she needs to understand I can stand on my own 2 feet and I'm very powerful, but I don't need her.
Yeah, you need to know that. She's cool with that. She knows who she is.
Yeah, I know she does.
She knows, and she's a powerful thing. But it's like it shouldn't be there. That part of you should be integrated within you, not sitting as a separate part of you. So there's a soul retrieval in there. This is what we're going
Yes.
to do. So once we've healed her and we've released it all, then that soul will then integrate itself back into your system in a healthy way. Once it's healed, it may have to go off to be cleaned in some way. But so let's see where they're up to with these my little lawyers.
Thank you.
It's interesting because it's not an earth energy that she called upon, it was cosmic energy. So this entity is very much of the universal conscious rather than the earth makeup.
It makes it hard for me to ground in this world.
Yeah, impossible.
She's making it really hard.
Well, this entity doesn't want you to ground because then you'll realize you have other options of power, you see. So it's not allowing your feet to go anywhere near there. Okay, so contract, please. Show me the contract. Classes. Okay, that's great. So the contract was for 2 lifetimes, and you've had those 2 lifetimes. So it's time for it to go. This has no power over you. So I want you to it arrested, please. I'll get some higher authority then. Okay, bring in your guides, please, Faye. And we'll have Archangel Michael, please. That's the one. Thank you. Okay, it's starting to release now. It understands it can't fight the law. So I've got to speak to it. Hashina koa sa koaninia. So ko china kachanawa. Sano chine ya kashukonia chana. So aniwa koa. Si koa china ka. Sako chinawa china wa niakwacha. Wa kuinia shakna wa. So anashina koa china. Koa na shina kana suakana. Choakia twa nyachaka. Ko shina shiwa china kwana shinawa. So I'm just containing that sorceress energy so it doesn't dissipate out. Just the light's being placed around it. It's very delicate. It's very old. It's very fragile, actually. It's easily broken, this, because it is so ancient. The whole illusion now. And as they're bringing her or that energy off you, it's coming from the back of the solar plexus. It's that far down your back. And it's coming all the way up through your back and coming off where those areas. That's it. Here she comes. Gently pulling her out of your system. lifting her off the back of your neck and your back, containing her. Okay. So that's the first bit. Doing really well. We're going to release the shadow now. There's a whole energetic shadow that comes with these things that sometimes we feel that even more. So we're just releasing, letting go now of the shadow. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, and I love you. That humility, gratitude, that love. You're now willingly taking away the shadow, releasing it. There it comes. Now there's a little cosmic creature. He's beautiful. Well, he's not. He's ugly as sin, but I think he's beautiful. And he's like a kind of a universal entity being that works for the light. And he's come in. I haven't seen him for ages, but he's come in because he wants to work on your heart. He eats the darkness. He eats the shadow. And so we're just going to invite him in because he needs to work on that heart of yours because it's still holding some residues. And the easiest way is to let him in to be able to start to feast his way. It's a lovely service, actually, that he provides. He says not all human beings understand it, but this is what he can do for you today. So we're just going to let him in and start munching on that grief.
Lovely, yes.
And while he's doing that, I'm just going to work on your throat chakra, just under your ears, 2 pockets around your throat. Both sides have got all sorts of stuff in there. So I'm going to go in and see what that is. That is woman made. So this is a coping mechanism that you put around your neck because you were so frightened of expressing your shadow, that you kind of stuck a coping mechanism, stopped to stop it. It's like earmuffs around your throat,
Yeah,
which is weird.
metal, like a metal choker almost.
To stop it, and it was to stop it. You felt that would make it less likely for whatever this was to come through into your everyday, making me feel a bit sick. So we're just going to take this off now. We're ready to remove it. You don't need it anymore because you haven't got that attachment in you in the same way. So I'm just going to lift. That's the one. Very good. It's fine. Now that's brought me out down your back, and I'm around the kidney area. Now there's fear in here. So I'm moving now more into the inner child area. I'm moving more now into your this life stuff. I feel very, very sick. And I can really feel the fear in the kidney area where you've had to carry all this fear and had to cope with life. So just going to let that open up a little bit for me to see it. It doesn't feel very comfortable, but nothing's going to kill us. And this feels like a contained energy where you have shut something down and it's running around itself. So we need to just remove it now because it's just you've created this as not knowing what do I do with all this. It's like, where do I put it all? I put it all down here, and it's now just confusion. So we're just going to drain that away from you and see what's underneath. So I'm going into the tummy and I'm seeing there's a little girl in there that's trying to manage everything. She's the management. And she's been doing this a long time and she's very tired. And she's still trying to manage all this energy, and really it's past. And she'd really like to stop. So we're going to give her that opportunity to stop having to manage everything and to be able to find her way into peace. Now, I don't normally do this on the first shot when I've met somebody, but you're pretty advanced in who you are. So what I'd like to explain to you is that when it comes to inner child work, we have to get these inner children into our hearts. They're living in other parts of our body in fears. They're out of alignment. They're separate. And so what we create is a heart garden. So a beautiful garden in your heart is your design. So I need you to create that now. So if you could imagine that you're going in through the heart, not through the broken heart, but into the divine heart. And you step through these gates, and they can be wooden gates or beautiful metal gates or a secret garden. And you step into this beautiful space that you can start to make anyhow you like. It can be as big as you want. It needs all the elements. It needs fire, water, earth, and air in it. But whatever you are feeling you're drawn to, then we're just making it, because we'll add to it as you create these inner children's landscapes. It involves more imagination. But for now, just getting the basic awareness of this garden. And really feel safe in here. This is a really safe place. This is a really deep personal place of your design and creation, and under the protection of your guardian. There's nothing that can get in here unless you allow it.
Got it.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so that's lovely. So that's waiting for us. So now I want you to journey from that garden, come out of the gates, and imagine you're walking down these beautiful marble staircase, these white steps, and you're moving down through your body. Now I know we're moving through the solar plexus. You can feel that there's all sorts of going on, but we're not going to deal with that right now. We're moving down into the sacral. It's the lower tummy where all of this is going off. And I want you to identify that young part of you that is managing everything. That bit that literally runs around for everybody else, trying to juggle. She's trying to keep everybody happy. She's trying to manage all of your happiness, all of the stuff, and it's just, she's exhausted, and she's carrying other people's pain, this one. And so we need her to get to put this pain down to start with before we can put her in the heart. I didn't realize she was carrying so much to start with, but she really is. And it's like, well, she's saying to me, I can't go in. What do I do with this? What do I do with that? I've got this, I've got that, all these different people. So the best thing that we can do is burn it.
Yes.
Yes, great. So the violet flame, we're going to bring it in. So I want you to imagine that inside your tummy, inside this cocoon of all of this manic energy, and it's giving me a headache. I can really feel a headache.
Yeah.
It's really intense, isn't it? All the thinking,
Horrible.
trying so hard. And the tightness that comes with it, and the
Yes.
narrowness it creates inside you. There's no space, is there, with all of this? So we imagine that there are beautiful, bright purple dots suddenly appearing in this weird landscape that you're feeling or seeing or aware of, and we're dotting into the energy into other people's stuff, and she is going to help with this. I'm giving her like a little sheet of these dots, and I want her to go around, and I want her to put these little dots in all these places that she knows that doesn't belong to her, that is her stuff. And I know this is, you'll get feelings coming up for your body. Don't worry, it's all a reaction.
It's all right.
So yes, so put those little dots, go around pressing them. That's mum stuff, dad stuff, so and so. And then she's going to put a dot on her in her stomach, so she can have the flames through her body as well, through her being. So don't hold on to anything. You just move through. Have you done your dots? What are you seeing there, Faye? Are you identifying other people's stuff as you move through?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm seeing the stuff that she's holding too.
Excellent. So
And then
shall
I'm
we?
seeing what she looks like as well.
Oh, that's lovely. So, shall we? Can we bring in the flames now?
Yes.
Activate. So, what we do is we call upon the ascended Master Saint Germain and his violet flame to ignite his violet flame. And so, what happens is little tiny flames come from all the dots, and then as those flames increase, as we invite them, as we relax, as we surrender, I release, I let go and surrender, as we let go of the control, and we gift now all of this to the flames, and the flames get bigger and bigger and brighter and brighter. So just next couple of minutes, just let all that burn away and just let anything happen within you that might need to be in your awareness. You're letting go with forgiveness, with gratitude and surrender. That's it. Good girl. You're feeling this. This is beautifully done. That's lovely. Keep in mind that Archangel Michael's there, supporting you. The Divine Goddess Mother Earth is there, supporting you, encouraging you, doing so well. I want you to let go of any responsibility that you feel for any of this. I can feel that coming through. That's it. Trusting the Divine is in charge, not you. It's okay. You're doing really good. This is really old stuff as well in here. There's all sorts. I can feel you're doing really well because I'm starting to feel it's less foggy in here. Starting to feel like it's got a little bit more form and that all those energies are starting to dissipate, clearing the way. It was very thick, so I know it's taking a while, but I can feel suddenly I can start feeling a little bit of looseness coming in. If you want to send the flames deeper, if that's what you're up for, do.
Yeah.
Send them to the next layer. So sending them down into the next level. The inner child, she feels like she's been cleared, but there's stuff underneath her. So sending it down underneath her.
Way down, into the womb down.
Yes, if you want to go into that womb, that's a really good idea.
It needs to go through that as well.
Great, do it. So just letting those flames drop down through the body now into the womb area, into the deep, into the sacral and the womb. You're carrying exaggerated beliefs of responsibility.
Yeah.
And this is kind of what they're allowing you now to, or you're allowing yourself to let go of. You're not responsible for the divine feminine. You're not responsible. It actually is the divine that's responsible. And this is what you're clearing away to understand, so you can become a co-creator rather than feeling like you've got to be in control of it all. So what can you see in that womb, Faye? What are we looking at here? What's coming up in there that we need to perhaps pinpoint a bit more?
I got rid of a life.
Yeah,
Beyond, it's more than that.
yeah, it is.
It's way more than just that. It's in the right hand side.
Yeah,
It's I'm carrying, there's something in there that it's a link as well to the throat and the mouth and the hidden mouth.
yep. So you've got an entity attachment in there as well, haven't you? There's
Yeah.
something else that's not you in there. There's something, but it doesn't feel quite the same, but it's got a similar thing, but it feels a little bit more less alive for some
Yeah.
reason. It feels more benign, a little bit more. Has it got a conscious? No, because it hasn't got a conscious. So it's an attachment of some kind of formation, of kind of energy build up rather than a creature in itself, because it feels like that whatever that entity was affecting that part of your womb, that right hand side, that masculine energy in your womb, stopping that womb from feeling a part of you is what it's stopping it. It's just like you can't own it. So sending in the flames in, and as you send the flames in, I'm going to bring, is this an earth element? It is. I'm just going to bring Mother Earth. She's going to come in and take away anything that's feeding off this energy, because that's what's in there. It's a little elemental spirit that's feeding off the pain.
Yes. And it's that there's a cyst that's related to it.
Okay, which is manifested through that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I can really feel that now.
That's up and it's down to the left of where, and that's physical, that's there.
Yeah, it's come in response, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, they're
And
just
it's,
taking this out. So the moment you've got this energy that's swirling around that area, containing it, and at the same time, I can feel it in that right ear again.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
in the, yeah,
It's
it's
blocked.
in. Okay, so just letting the Divine Mother slowly gathering all. It's like she's spinning it to try and collect it all. And she's sending the same spinning into the ear and to the back of the neck. I'm sending in those violet flames a little bit stronger into that now, getting it to swoop through your womb.
Yeah.
there's another energy in here, Faye, and it's a weird combination of being too grown up
Yeah,
and not being allowed to be a child.
yeah. That's
So
yeah, and it's my mum as well.
okay, so it's like your womb isn't yeah, I don't really understand it. Give me a chance actually. What does it mean? It feels like your childhood was so hideous that you've put in like a parent energy into your womb because you don't want any child that may come in, you want them to feel like they're supported. It's that you want to welcome them. It's that you felt so unsupported and so neglected that it's like it's sort of an egoic enforcement. But because you've got that in there, it's hard for anything to get else to get in. But it's your way of protecting yourself or protecting the future selves, if
Yeah,
you like. In,
I I realised that adults couldn't ever help me because I could see through them from the age of 6.
yeah, all adults are idiots.
All adults,
Are idiots.
yeah, all of them, and I saw through all of them.
They still are.
I know, but especially where I was living as well, I couldn't. I had to look after myself, and no one would relate to me. My mum wouldn't. She couldn't. I
No.
just triggered her.
Yeah, absolutely. She had her own stuff.
Lovely woman, but not for
No,
me.
no, no.
So yeah, I had to put in things to cope and to make sense of the reality that I was being lied to about because I
Yes,
knew the truth of it, and I had to look after little Faye.
absolutely. So now we acknowledge this and we now reclaim your womb because you're not in this position anymore. You are now an independent, intelligent, wise goddess that is moving through her journey with ease and grace. And you are now in full autonomy and sovereignty. Well, sovereignty is coming, but you can now reclaim. So that's what you say. I reclaim my womb,
I reclaim my womb,
allowing only the highest frequencies within it,
allowing only the highest frequencies within it,
and anything that is interrupting my ability to give life
and
now. Yeah, go on.
anything that is interrupting my ability to give life
Now has to leave by my command,
now has to leave by my command,
even if it is of my own doing.
even if it is of my own doing.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Okay, so that's shifting stuff inside you. I can feel the call of that. It's like things are starting to pull back, be rearranged. Okay, so I want you to imagine that your womb is like a silver light. For some reason, you're a bit cosmic, so you've got silver womb. You're
Yeah,
another cosmic child, aren't you?
I
And
do.
so it's this silver energy that you're bringing in as the reconfirming of your claiming of this womb. I want you to now create the landscape of your womb. I want you to really get in there and own it and just create that beautiful held chalice that it is waiting for the invitation, and then once you've created your lovely womb, I want you to send that. It's very personal, I'm not involved with this. Send that invitation out to invite whoever it is or whatever it is there for your highest good to come in for the baby.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm not.
Lovely. So how does that feel?
Much, much better.
Excellent.
Yeah, I can feel my womb.
That's lovely. It feels lovely and shiny and sparkly and welcoming now. That's such a lovely thing. So the next thing they want you to do, I did question it, but apparently that's what they want you to do, is um, they want you to allow yourself to be drawn down into the Divine Mother's womb, because she wants you to understand that rebirth can happen at any point. Birth doesn't have to be just coming in. That you need to recognize that you can go back into her womb and feel that security and that safety and that love of the mother. I wanted them to just to come around you, but apparently you wouldn't feel that enough. You need to be taken right into her womb to recognize and to receive something. I don't know what, a lot of this is a mystery to me. So so if you'd like to come on that journey with me, where we're going to go from your womb. And from your womb, you open up the awareness that down within the earth is a area which will be the Divine Mother's womb. You don't necessarily have to see it, just be aware that it's there. So we need to know where we're going, that's all. So know that that's where you're heading. It could be an energy, a frequency, or for you, it could be physical because you're very clairvoyant.
I can feel it. I see it as well.
Okay, that's lovely. So there it is. And just before we go into it, just let yourself become fully aware that this is all for you, that you are the divine child of the divine earth, and that you are part of all of this, and this is for you, and that you are worthy to receive this. You need to really understand that this is part of your journey as your goddess self in this lifetime, to receive this beautiful awareness from Mother Earth. And once you are really got that confidence in that you are worthy to go there and know that she is with you, and let that sink all the way through the layers, through the Russian doll layers of yourself, deep into the center. So all those inner children, no matter how wounded they are, they can recognize this love.
My guides are saying go.
Oh, okay, you're ready. Okay, so whenever you're ready, then let your guides guide you down. She's there, her helpers are pulling you in, taking you down into that beautiful womb of the Divine Mother. It's important, though, that we set the intentions and the attitudes first, but well done. I want you to really feel the frequency of this area. It's all about feeling, about awareness. Don't discount any resistance as well, because that's interesting.
I'm at the gates.
Do you feel ready to go in?
Something's resisting.
Okay, lovely. So let's check in. Is this resistance coming from you? Well, yes, that's a not given, isn't it? Is it coming from your higher self? Is this resistance coming from dimensional selves? Okay, so this is over to me now. I had a suspect that you have something in your higher realms that is also interfering with this, because you're very cosmic. So we need to go up. I need to go through your dimensions and find out what is stopping this process. So give me 2 seconds I'm just going to pendulum it because it's easier. Okay, anything in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth dimension, third and sixth, seventh, eighth, sixth and seventh, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th. So third, sixth, and seventh. Bloody hell, okay. Okay, with my 11 minutes.
Oh, thank you.
It's fine, we can do this. So we know what's going on in the third dimension. This is the stuff that's happening. There's something resisting there in the back of the neck that's coming in from higher. The sixth dimension, I tend to... what's going on in the sixth? Because they all tend to have tendencies. So the sixth dimension is very much about the introspection, about the sensitivity and the depth of who you are,
Yeah.
and how you relate to that depth, and how the cosmos and you relate to each other. And there's something interfering in there. So take me to the six. Show me the six. Yeah, it's fragmented. It's like it's just, it needs to be just contained and realigned. I can see it's like it's pixelated.
There's a concave, I think, from that one. Went from
Okay.
loss
Yeah, it
on
feels
the.
like it hasn't been able to form itself because of all of the interruptions within it. So if all I'm going to do is unpixelate it
Thank
and
you.
reform it. But I think the real issue's in the seventh. So
Yeah, it is.
there's too much past in here as well. So just sweeping away all those past memories. It's like I'm seeing lots of television screens, and all these things are flashing through them, and they're just clearing their way while you're holding this. I think you just desperately didn't want to forget. I think you set everything up so you didn't forget who you were in
Yes.
this lifetime. You were
Yes.
so desperate not to have that memory loss again.
I didn't want to die young and forget again, and I didn't
No,
want
you
to
didn't
forget
want
all
to
the
do that
hard
again.
work.
You had to remember. So you kind of put interruptions in some ways to make you have to face this, to remember. Anyway, it's forming, it's coming together now, clearing it away, that last bit going, and it's being pulled out your brow chakra. I see, yeah. Let's pull that out. Oh. Lovely, well done. Okay. Now we've got growth up there now. They're showing me that we've got movement and we've got growth, so that's lovely. I think that's all I can do up there for now. And again. Okay, so is that all I need to do in the sixth? Yes, so let's go up into the seventh. Show me the seventh. So the seventh dimension for me is all about the balance of the masculine and the feminine. You've got separation within your masculine and your feminine energy. So there is a confusion in who you are. So one of the reasons why you're not being allowed, you can't let yourself in, is because you're holding too much masculine energy. And you're kind of believing more that you are the man than you are the woman. Let's have a look. There's this very dominant king energy up there. He's got lots of robes on. He's very covered actually, which is interesting. He feels that he has to have protection, and he's forward in it. It's like he's like a bit Henry VIII. He's bigger than everybody else. And then your feminine side feels very little and skinny and kind of in the background, like she's not got enough influence over this place to be able to be heard. So the masculine is bringing you protection. It's thinking it's having to protect you from that very harsh world that's out there, from the cruelty, from the deliberate cruelty that is there, is the word that I'm being given, and to try and give you a sense of self, because you got very sucked into the pain of it, and we're very in danger of losing yourself to the pain and the suffering.
Yes.
So he's
Yeah, very close.
keeping his kind of self-importance to try and keep you, try and keep your ego coping. He's actually supporting your ego,
Yes.
but it's lovely, but we don't need that anymore. That's why it's showing up, because it's saying we don't need that now. You don't need to be that. You can find your balance. You don't feel like you need the protection anymore that you used to need.
No.
So now we can change that viewpoint. It's like a mask, and it's like they've taken it, they've pulled off the illusion of that creation and just pulled it away. And then underneath there is it's a kind of like the lover's card of the tarot, the kind of naked masculine and feminine all wrapped together in a caduceus.
It's a powerful vulnerability.
It is really powerful, and it's that sense of acceptance of the human form, but with divine. It's kind of where we're all heading eventually. And so it's the honoring of the polarity, but bringing it together as one. It's the unification of polarity is what happens in the seventh. So now we've taken away the false screen, and we can see these two, but they do feel a little bit exposed. So I need you to reach into your cosmic power. Now I know that you might not know what that is, but you just know that it's there. And so you say, I'm reaching into my cosmic power and gifting it to my seventh dimensional self, placing my cosmic power in ownership and rulership of self, in sovereignty, and covering these two beings in this beautiful cosmic light to contain them and to make them feel that they've come home.
Mm. It's the light that I see when I'm out with my phone and stuff. It's like a bright pink, and then it's got like a purple rim around it.
How beautiful. And what it's doing, and what I can feel you're doing, is it's connecting you into the cosmos. It's reminding you now, and it will remind you all the way down into your ego self, into your polarity, into your masculine feminine, that you are protected by the cosmos, that you are now plugged fully in your awareness. You always were, but it's just knowing it. And all we have to do is just let that be. It's just, that's all. There's no doing up in the high dimensions. It's just allowing it to be what it is, and allowing it to now open up to receive and to be able to give. So that's what we are setting the intention now. I want you to see the way that the energies give and receive in universal cosmic light. You become one. So letting that just be what it is, it will continue to build in its power and settle, and as you process. And then when you're ready, I'd like you to bring yourself back to the gates, back down into the earth. You have full access to all these beautiful layers. You've got a great middle, lower and upper world connection. So down into the gates of the Mother Earth's womb, and see whether now it's a little bit easier for you to enter.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So stepping inside, and what confronts you to start with?
So a woman. I want to say Mary.
Mother Mary, lovely. The compassion.
Yeah, and she, rather than the gates, we've gone in through a side door to the side of them, and she's opened and let me through.
Excellent.
It's a courtyard.
Beautiful. Can you feel the elements in here? Can you see the water?
Yeah, it's my mum's fountain is the water in the middle, and
Oh,
then
lovely.
we've got lavender or lilacs, and
Beautiful.
the sky is starry.
Lovely.
Fire.
So,
Yeah.
so being in this place, I just want you to just realize that this is where you came from. That ultimately everything is birthed from here. And this is a very powerful place for you to be able to just absorb some of the frequency. So I just want you to spend a couple of minutes in here, if that's all right, Faye. So do you just walk around here until I pull you out, or till you're ready to come out? Because she's probably got things to show you and messages to give you. How's it feeling in there?
Oh wow, yeah,
Is it lovely?
yeah,
That's wonderful. And you feel like you're kind of unifying with it, blending, understanding it, becoming part of it.
yeah.
That is who you are, all of us. So you're going to leave now, and she's just going to give you a gift. So it's a symbol, a symbolic gift, so you can take away with you. So it's so if it pops up in your awareness, then you're reminded of that connection.
She's given me it.
Okay. And so then you bring this energy that you've created in this lovely, beautiful light. You come back into your womb now. Draw it back into your womb, into your beautiful womb, connecting Mother Earth womb to your womb. Part of it all, part of creation. It's like bringing up kind of an energy thread, so you kind of feel that connection, and then you from the womb you bring that connection up into your heart, so you're making these beautiful little connections, Mother Earth's womb to your heart. And then connecting your heart to your crown chakra. And then releasing that lovely connection, gifting it out to the divine. Sending that signal out into the cosmos that you're part of the Divine Mother's creative beauty.
Never seen it like this one before.
Wow.
Totally, it's oh.
You've shifted, you see, you've shifted your alignments into, you've rerouted into another place, so your vision will change.
It's really weird. It's cool. It's grey, bluey, like a matted, really pale matted teal almost sky dimension thing, and then the clouds are like pink and white, but then they've got like there's circles on each of the clouds. So there's like yellow and then there's green and orange, like almost rainbow colours, like a core to each cloud.
Beautiful.
I've never seen that one before. I've never been there before. I don't know where I'm at.
No, we'll just thank it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Grateful to be part of it, and then bring yourself back into your body, into your heart. And we give thanks for this opportunity today to work with the many guidance and the many cosmic beings that have come to play for Mother Earth, and for you all that has been gifted and received and all that's been removed. We are so grateful, and we set the intention that all that is done for the highest good of all concerned. Blessed be. So just take a moment just to feel your feet, to feel your body, to be here. Drink a bit of water. You're going to need to eat.
Yeah. Don't worry, I got a wonderful moussaka waiting for me.
Oh, how delicious. That's great. Well done. Well done. That was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So well. Your mediumship is fabulous. And you know, it's the one thing that we need to be able to do everything. It's the one thing we come back to all the time, as I come back to as a teacher, is mediumship skills. Once you get your mediumship going, then the world is literally, the universe is your lobster.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got it in shed loads there. You've got the most beautiful clairs going on. So just keep moving forward, Faye. You're I don't know where you're going, but you're the next generation of brilliance.
I don't
So
know.
I'm really looking forward to plotting your journey and seeing where you go. And you know where I am. You just use me and abuse me. I'm more than
Thank
happy.
you so much. I'd love to keep working with you. That's amazing. Thank you for that.
Totally my pleasure. Takes a few days to process.
Oh,
And of course, stuff will then, rise as a result of that. But, brilliant. Stay in
thank,
the witness and you can't go wrong.
thank you so much for that. Mwah. You were
Okay.
fab. Thank you, Anna.
Bless you. Bye.
Take care. Thank you.